this panel. Again, you have made me unleash my dogs of war. And the first dog that I would like to introduce to you, WinterCon, is my personal Mad Max cosplay guru, Carl Bartasinski, the man who is in charge of MadMaxCostumes.com and one of the founders of the largest post-apocalyptic party in the world, Wasteland Weekend. All my dogs, give it up for Carl.
Thank you guys, it's really great to be here. What an amazing panel we have for you today. And what an amazing reunion we have for you today. It's been 35 years since the making of Mad Max 2: The Road Warrior. And it's also been about 35 years since some of these guys have seen each other. So this is a really amazing thing here today. There have been 4 films in the franchise: Mad Max, Mad Max 2: The Road Warrior, Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, and of course Fury Road, which came out last year. I still have to say that as awesome as Fury Road was, I still think Mad Max 2: The Road Warrior is still my favorite film of them all. Right? It's just such a classic. It's a post-apocalyptic western samurai film. It was back in the days when you didn't see a lot of visual effects in films. Everything was done in camera. It's just a very, very classic, wonderful film. So, I'm going to begin introducing the actors we have here today. They flew from all over the place: Los Angeles, Australia, the UK. I myself flew from Los Angeles just for this, to be here for this. It's very historic. All right, so our first actor, introducing Vernon George Wells, who played Wes in Mad Max 2: The Road Warrior. Next up, we have Shell Nielsen, who played none other than the Lord Humongous. Next is Emil Minty. You might not recognize him, but he was the feral child in the film. He was only 8 years old at the time. Next, we have the beautiful Virginia Hay, the warrior woman. And last but not least, Bruce Spence, the gyro captain, also Jedediah in Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. So the way this is going to work, we're going to ask a few questions, and then later on we're going to open it up for questions out in the audience. So think about what you want to ask these guys. I think the first question we're going to ask is, if you guys are all ready. It's been 35 years. What do you all think about what the movie has become over the last 35 years, and what do you think about all the fandom and all of the celebration of the film?
Personally, I think you're all bloody insane. Seriously. I think it's amazing. I don't know about the rest of them, but when we made this film, we thought it was going to be a wonderful little film. Nobody, I think in their wildest imagination, thought that it would become the phenomenon that it became. And it's funny because it works in 2 ways. To be in a film like Mad Max, like Road Warrior, is an amazing experience. It's an amazing thing to be involved in. The other problem is it becomes this big millstone around your neck that everybody expects that's the only thing you can do. So it's very difficult as an actor for a while to get a job because people are looking at you as Wes, which the only time I'm Wes is on the freeway in Los Angeles. Then I'm very much Wes. But the fans, I adore them. It's really cool to come to shows like this where you get to talk to all you people, find out what you think about us, what you think about the film. And that is really the good thing about it, because without you, we don't have a job. So we owe you a debt of thanks, and you guys keep buying our fucking movies or we're going to come down and get your asses.
He's absolutely right. My man. Same thing with me. I jumped on the train last year, and I thought the train stopped a long time ago, and here I am in New York, never been here before. A fantastic experience. I didn't think that's going to happen. Then we start to do the movie, right? And thank you guys to come and see me, because as I said, right, you must be fucking insane, right? Because to have my autograph after 35 years, right, I can't almost see what I like you. But thank you. Thank you all.
I think one of the reasons that these films have sustained over the years is because we need these stories to be told. Anybody who's read Joseph Campbell, The Hero with 1,000 Faces, that's the synthesis of all mythological stories that go back to the Greeks and the Romans and so on. And these films are based on that. And we need these stories to be told, just like the Star Wars movies, just like the Lord of the Rings films. These are all stories based on those great mythological stories that have kept people alive. We have a psychological need for these kind of stories, a philosophical background, the moral stories that go through them. And I think that's why we're still here today, because we need them.
I think one of the wonderful things about Mad Max 2, in particular Road Warrior, is that it never aged. And even though it's 35 years old, if you've never seen the movie and you watch it right now, it seems as fresh as the day it was made 35 years ago. There's nothing in it to date it. Bruce said something very interesting last night at the Q&A, that the original Road Warrior was based around petrol, or what do you call it here? Gasoline. Tell that story. Tell the story.
I think George Miller, the director and also the conceiver of this whole storyline, he's a very prescient man. He looks at the present world and sees what the future might hold for us. And that's why those early films were based on gasoline being a rare element, something that we fought for, that we were desperate for, because we needed that our survival was based on it. Yeah. Our survival was based on it. And today, Fury Road continues that line, except it's no longer gasoline, it's water. And anybody who's familiar with a thing called climate change, that's where George is basing his new trilogy on. Water is the valuable thing. Water is what everybody's fighting for.
I just wanted to add on the first initial question about the fans and how you guys are still here, and I want to thank you guys as well. I was an evil character, and I can't believe that when I was 8 years old, that even today, 35 years on, you guys would be here and showing up and getting my autograph. And I think it's pretty amazing. It's quite humbling. Great to see. I had a little kid here come up and get my autograph. His name's Alex, if you're out there. And he was just looking at me like, wow. And I said, I signed an action figure for him, and I said to him, who's that? And he said, it's you. And I said, no, I thought it was you. And he was just gazing at me, and I think that's amazing. So a new generation of, I don't even think he's seen the film. I think his dad's going to show him later on. But that's amazing to see that it's still living on. So yeah, glad to be here. Thanks, guys.
We really love your support. We love you as our fans, and we really appreciate the fact that you still love the trilogy. All of the 4 Mad Max movies rock, in my opinion, and I'm a huge fan too. And so from one fan to another, thank you.
Very nice. So I'm curious, at what point in time was there a specific thing, a specific incident that made any of you realize